There we go. All right. Now I'm on here. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying to get everything going here. There we go. Now I'm on. So let me go down here. All right. So hope I'm doing this right. If not, well, I guess I'll figure it out then. Right. All right. So today we are going to be talking about the top five duels in the NFL today. I read this article earlier about I don't remember who wrote it or anything, but they were talking about the top five duels in the NFL. Of course, Miami was number one with Byron Jones and Xavier Howard. But I guess we're gonna jump into it and see what it is. All right, so I wrote down a bunch of notes here. I went over, studied a bunch. I got a whole bunch of notes and all this. Sorry, I'm kind of organizing. Oh, but this is the first video being in my room. So still trying to get everything together. Yeah, I got some, oh, wrong one. Pictures up there. I'm going to have a bunch of pictures and stuff and all types of stuff all over the walls. But as of now, it is what it is. So let's jump right into it. According to the article, the top five cornerback duels, we'll start with the teams, was number five, the Broncos, number four, New England, number three, the Ravens, number two, the Rams, and of course, number one, Miami. Um, so he didn't really have any stats or anything like that on his article. So I decided, well, I'm going to write down all the stats and I'm going to get it to you guys so you guys can hear what is going on. And you guys let me know what you guys think. So we're going to start with number five here. Number five was the Broncos. You have the duel was Kyler Fuller and Bryce Callahan. Don't really know them too well. I know that Callahan does really well for the most part, but Fuller, don't really know him too well. But either way, I went and got some stats. So the way we're gonna do this is I'm gonna give you the stats of each individual player and combined what they do, and then at the end we'll compare everybody and see if Miami is the top, if Byron Jones and Xavier Howard are the top cornerbacks in the NFL. So, number one, Kyle Fuller from the Denver Broncos. Last year, he had one interception. He was targeted 83 times and was completed on 46 times for a completion percentage of 55.4%. Not bad. Just about 50% of everything. I mean, it wasn't too bad. Um, Yards completed on average were 11.5 yards. So definitely above 10 yards, which is not too good. We're talking about every time somebody got completed was a first down on him. And then we got Bryce Callahan. He had two interceptions last year. He was targeted 57 times and was completed 31 times for a completion percentage of 54.4%. His yard completion was a lot less, being only 6.6 yards. Um, so being every time they completed on him, at least you're halfway to the first down. Now combined, they had a total of three interceptions together. They were targeted 140 times and completed 77 times between the both of them. Not too bad. Um, Definitely, I think top five material. They definitely did their things, but they're not Miami. All right, number four, New England. God, I hate them with a passion, and I don't know who I hate more, if I hate New England or if I hate Brady. Either way, I hate New England because they're in our division, and every year I hope that they lose and go to HELL. But enough of that. All right, so their duel was Stephen Gilmore and JC Jackson. Now, I didn't know too much about JC Jackson, but last year he definitely made a name for himself. And if I'm not mistaken, he was a runner-up. He wasn't even their starter. He filled in for somebody, um, and had a phenomenal year. Um, but but Gilmore had one interceptions. He was targeted 49 times and was completed 28 times for a total of 57.1%. Um, he was yards per completion were 11.6 yards. So it was all right. For him being one of the top corners in the league, I don't think he did all that well. But then again, he was only targeted 49 times. Now, JC Jackson, get ready for these stats. He pretty much saved New England by himself, if you ask me. But JC Jackson, 9 interceptions. He was targeted 83 times, which is probably why he had them 9 interceptions compared to Gilmore. And then he had completions of 49 completions between those 83 targets, for 59%. A little higher than Gilmore, but then again, he was targeted a lot more. He also had a lot more interceptions. I think he did a lot better than Gilmore, if you ask me. Um, Now, his yards completion were 14.1 yards. Not too good, um, for what it is, but it is what it is. You know, they're number four on the list. Combined, they had 10 interceptions total. They were targeted 132 times and 77 completions between the both of them for 58%. Not bad, definitely material. I want to say if you're anything lower than 60% between the both of you, you are definitely, um, one of the better duels in the league. Number three, the Ravens. You have Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters. Peters definitely does a good job every year. He's very consistent. Um, I don't know about his injuries or anything like that, but then again, I don't really watch everybody too much. I just kind of stick with my Dolphins. Marlon Humphrey had 1 interception. He was targeted 106 times, for 65 completions. I and He had a completion percentage of 61.3%. Yard completions was 10 yards. I'll give you my thoughts on them in just a second. Marcus Peters, he had 4 interceptions. He was completed 80. He was targeted 86 times and completed 55 times for, a 64% completion. And yards were 11.4 on average. Combined, they had 5 interceptions total. They were both targeted between the both of them 192 times and completed 120 of them. Not good for a total of 62.6%. Now, after seeing these stats, I don't think that they should be considered top five material unless everybody else in the league did really, really bad. Um, and if so, they were definitely number five, not number three. Um, but they are the Ravens, and they do win a lot of games, and we'll see what happens. Moving on, the Rams, number one corner in the league, of course, Jalen Ramsey. Now, he didn't do all that great compared to good old man Xavier Howard, baby. He had 1 interception. He was targeted 71 times and was completed on 36 times. Very, very good. Just in my opinion, I think he did great. Um, He had a completion percentage of 50%, 50.7 to be exact. And the yards were about 9.6 average. Now, his dynamic duel was Darius Williams, where he had 4 interceptions, was targeted 72 times for 39 completions, and a completion percentage of 54.2%. Um, yeah, between the both of them, they did all right. Let's combined, they had 5 interceptions, 143 targets, 75 completions, and percentage was 52%. Definitely number two um, between all of them. The top five. We'll get into the Dolphins now because we're going to talk a little bit there. Um, Definitely top two between everybody. Um, Jalen Ramsey is just an animal. He gets paid well, and he well deserves it. I mean, he started out in Jacksonville. I think it was Jacksonville's um, first round draft. Not 100% sure on that, but I know that since the day he started till now, he's been a top corner in the league. The guy is phenomenal. You cannot hide it. You cannot lie. It is what it is. If you disagree, put it down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Um, Now, while we're gonna get into the Dolphins, this is kind of tricky for me because I think that Xavier Howard had all this because of Byron Jones. A lot of people don't see that. Byron Jones is one of the best corners in the league. Um, He doesn't get targeted a lot. Why? Because he has his man shut down. Again, he's had completions on him. It happens to everybody. Even Jalen Ramsey, he's the number one corner in the league, supposedly, and he gets completed on. He gets touchdowns on him. It's just what it is. You're not going to be perfect. But let's get into the stats, and then we'll get into all the talking. Byron Jones had 2 interceptions. He was targeted 73 times for 44 completions. His percentage was 6.3, averaged 17 yards. Now look at the difference. We'll get back to that. Xavier Howard, 10 interceptions. He's the man. He was targeted 101 times. You hear that? 101 times he was targeted. They had a 52 completions out of those 101 targets at 51.5%. On average yards was 13.8. Now, pay attention to the average yards between Miami and everyone else. Everyone else was pretty much 10 yards and below, to where Jones and Xavier, Byron Jones was 17 yards. Xavier Howard was 14 yards, let's just say, because it was 13.8, but let's just say 14 yards. So they're going down the field on Miami. The problem is they can't complete. And Xavier Howard he's a ball hawk. Now, the reason Xavier Howard gets a lot of interceptions is because he baits the quarterback, which is why he gets a lot of targets. He'll stay back a yard. So in the NFL, if you have a yard separation, trust me, you are wide open. Okay, so he'll stay back a yard or whatever, a couple feet or a foot or something like that, to where it's considered open, and he has the speed to be able to run it down and be able to get in front of that ball. Now, I don't know if you guys remember the game against Kansas City where he had that one-handed interception. I was jumping out of my seat when I saw that. I mean, that was it. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. Yeah, Mahomes throwing a Tyreek Hill. And then again, that was Tyreek Hill, and that was a touchdown pass, is what that was. And I want to say that was for a good 30, 40 yards or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. It was a pretty long throw. And he jumped up there and snatched it right out of the sky. I mean, phenomenal play. Um, I see Xavier Howard as the number one corner in the league. I know a lot of people say Jalen Ramsey today because you're only as good as your last game. Now, I can't say it about the Buffalo game because everybody got ran down. Our defense was trash in that Buffalo game. 100% trash. We did nothing. Okay? Scream at me all you want, say whatever you want, but the truth is the truth. Facts are facts. When a team over 45 points on your defense was trash compared to the rest of the year. I mean, come on. Now, cat got my tongue here. Don't remember what exactly I was going to talk about, but it is what it is. Anyways, back to the Byron Jones scenario. The reason Byron Jones doesn't get all the targets like he does, first off, Byron Jones takes the number one receiver. Xavier Howard doesn't take the number one receiver. It's Byron Jones. Now, that doesn't mean that they'll switch up here and then, or whatever, but Byron Jones mostly takes number one. So, being that Byron Jones takes number one, he's going to see a lot less targets than Xavier Howard, especially if the guy is locked down. Now, not because the quarterback doesn't want to throw to his number one, but if your number one receiver is locked down, you have your second and third options. Now, that's where Xavier Howard comes in. When Byron Jones is locking that man down, Xavier Howard is there giving him that little space to where he's open, and here comes the pass. Xavier Howard jumps it, takes that interception. But what Miami has to work on a lot better is we didn't score anything on any of those interceptions. We had a field goal, so we had 3 points on the interceptions, but we have to be able to convert, because one thing is, okay, it helps us because you're taking away the chance for the opponent to score points. I get that. It helps us tremendously. But in order for that to have the full effect of it completely helping us, we need to be able to convert those interceptions into points. If we don't convert those interceptions into points, then the interception ain't really worth it. It is, because it stops the other team from getting points, but you know what I mean? Kind of confusing. Maybe I'm not saying it right, but it is what it is. Now, put it down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you feel that this is correct. If you think that the layout on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is proper, if you would move it around, if maybe there's another duel that I didn't mention here that is much better. Put it down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. But till then, y'all have a good one. This is Chachi at Miami Football Talk. Don't forget, like the video, share, put down in the comments. I want to talk to you guys and tell me what you guys think. Put it down in the comments. Please like the video, show your support. That's all I'm asking for, is just for you to hit a button. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Give it a thumbs down. It still helps whether you like the video or not. Then again, I don't want any thumbs downs. I want thumbs up. But please like the video, show your support. Till then, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and don't forget to write down in the comments what you guys think. Peace.